Hey guys, welcome to the UF Disciple channel. Today we're going to test and see if the Gigabyte GTX 970 Windforce edition will fit in this Silverstone RVZ01 Mini-ITX gaming case. So let's get started. Okay, so as you guys can see, I currently have my R9 270X currently installed, and this is the Mini-ITX version for a Mini-ITX case, so I guess it's fitting. And then we have here the Windforce Tri-Fan edition of the GTX 970. So it looks like it'll fit, at least the bracket. I'm not sure if it's going to actually fit in the case itself, but we'll have to install and see. But something to note, if you're installing this in the RVZ01, you're going to lose functionality of the optical drive no matter what. I wasn't using it in the first place, so that's not a big deal to me, but if you are using the optical drive, you probably don't want to install the GTX 970. So let's get started with removing the R9 270X and installing the GTX 970. Okay, so now that we have the GTX 970 installed in the graphics card bracket of the Silverstone Raven case, let's go ahead and see if it'll actually fit within the case itself as I put it in the PCI slot. Alright, so as you can see, we have the GTX 970 Windforce firmly installed in the Raven case. And I'm actually really impressed at how spacious this Mini-ITX gaming case actually is. It can fit one of the largest graphics cards out on the market right now, which is really impressive. However, before you go ahead and slap one of those puppies in your system, there are a couple things to note. As you saw in my install, you lose the functionality of the optical drive, which for me is perfectly fine since I have an external optical drive and I didn't get the one that fits in this system, so not a loss for me. The second thing to note is the power supply consumption for the GTX 970. First of all, I think Gigabyte recommends at least a 500 or 550 watt power supply to power the GTX 970. And Silverstone, as I last recall, either sold a 450 or 600 watt power supply. And currently in my system, I have the 450 watt SFX power supply. Just a quick editor's note, as I discovered on Silverstone's webpage, they do sell a 500 watt power supply in between the 600 and 450. However, that's still not enough for the recommended 550 watt power supply, but it should still work actually. So if you're going to be installing the GTX 970 Windforce, make sure you get at least the 600 watt power supply since there's no middle of the road option there. And then also with that, you need one 8-pin and one 6-pin PCI Express power connector for the graphics card. And the 450, I believe, only comes with an 8-pin, so you're not going to get the power consumption that way either. Editor's note number 2. After actually looking at my power supply connectors, the SFX 450 watt does indeed have both an 8-pin and 6-pin PCI power connector. So if you have the SFX 450 watt, it will work as far as the connectors go, but not necessarily in terms of the wattage. So just make sure you have a power supply in this case that's SFX and also can power a GTX 970. So that's it for this video, guys. Like it if you found it helpful or you liked it, and dislike it if you thought it sucked, but please leave a comment down in the comment section letting me know what I can do to increase the quality of my future videos. Also, if you're located in the United States, you can use my Amazon affiliate code down in the video description to purchase either the Raven case or GTX 970 or any other computer components that you're interested in buying, and it'll give my channel a small kickback that helps me out a lot. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers.